Hello again, thank you for joining me on my channel. My name's David Charles, International Psychic, Medium and White Witch. And today we're going to do a little reading for you called Will They Call Me? That could be will he call you? Will she call you? Would you really like to know? Stay with me and we'll find out in just a few minutes. After the short reading we're going to do stage 18 of your Diploma Tarot course from the Old England Tarot School, designed by myself and my soulmate Leslie behind me there on the picture 20 odd years ago. Today we're on stage 18 and it's the Four of Cups. Lovely card, you'll find it very interesting. So in a few moments we're going to get 4 stacks of cards on here from one of these packs here, the 7 there. Can you guess which one it is? Find out in a few seconds. Welcome back. Yes, I chose the one that was there, so here it is. Now we're going to do a short reading for you entitled Will They Call Me? Maybe you're waiting for someone to call you. Could be a job offer, could be a boyfriend or your girlfriend, could be anybody. Will they call you? Do you want to find out? Let's find out. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now then, we're going to number these 4 stacks, 1 to 4. So to make it easier from your side, that's number 1, number 2, number 3 and number 4. I'd like you to choose one. Which one do you fancy? Do you fancy one that looks good? Is it a lucky number? Take your time, pause the video if you want, choose one of those numbers if you'd like, and I'll start off straight away with number 1. So if you chose 2, 3 or 4, you can run the video on if you want, or you can stick around and listen to number 1. So, will they call you? Well, I'm looking 3 or 4, maybe 5 weeks ahead here, and this reading, number 1, indicates that you may be chasing them a little bit to call you, and that's human nature, you can't blame me for that. But it may be time that you stop that, because he or she may be feeling that they're holding all the cards. They may feel they're holding all the aces and they're in control, and not wishing to sound like you're doing a lover's game or some kind of game, but you may need to stop chasing. Not all of you, this won't apply to all of you, it's a general reading. But if you chose number 1, it may apply to you, and this is a timeless reading, which means there's no dates on these readings. You'll find this reading when you're meant to, and of course it could be next week or next year, but you will choose the cards as you have now. So I believe, number 1, there's been some arguing going on, and there may be some arguing to come in the future, so this person may not ring you. I'm very sorry to say that, but things can change and you can change things. That's the beauty of having readings, so you can avoid the negatives and head to the positives. But the negatives around you are that somebody around you is not trustworthy. I hope it's not this person, he or she or they, you're waiting for a call from. As I said earlier, it could be a job offer. Will they call you? It doesn't look like it. So if it's a lover or a relationship thing, I think there's been arguments, and I think you've had them before, so it's not the first time. You're still recovering from previous encounters. May not be with this person, but others in the past. And you may be, some of you, trying too hard, and I think you need to let this person come to you, and if they don't, then forget them. Because they're not good enough, they don't deserve you, and there is trickery in this reading, number 1, and there is deceit in this reading from somebody. I'm not saying it's the person you're waiting to contact you, but because it's that kind of reading, it could well be. There are some positives. If it's a job offer, then I think you will get it. Now, that's slightly different, because you are very highly skilled. 1 or 2 of you, I think, maybe over qualified for this work, but you may still get offered the job. So if it's a romantic thing, cut out the arguments, because arguments are still predicted. And if this person, he or she, contacts you, there still could be arguments ahead, and the advice with all spiritual readings from the spirit world is If arguments are predicted, then you should avoid them because you won't win. You can't win and you'll be wrong, even if you're right. That applies to almost every psychic reading. Trickery is in the air, deceit is in the air. I believe the person you're waiting for, if it's a love thing or a relationship thing, is very popular. Everybody likes this girl or this lady, this man, and they think that this person is so super cool, the kids would say. But this person isn't really, because they're selfish and they're deceitful sometimes. And I hope I've got the wrong one really, number one, but I don't think I have in a lot of your cases. So cut out the arguments if you get this call or this text or this some kind of contact, but don't push it. If this person doesn't come to you, you need to be brave and let him go. And you can always look for love spells on my website, which is stardustspells.co.uk. So some of you may be waiting for someone to call and trying to force the issue. Don't do that. You'll push them further away. If it's a job thing, then I think you will be contacted soon. As I said, I'm looking 3 to 4, maybe 5 weeks ahead. So you've been injured before, metaphorically. You've been battered before by romances and arguments in other places as well. Arguments are still predicted. There is deceit in the air, number one, so be careful. But you're highly skilled. You've got other things to take your mind off it. There is no, if it's a love thing, there's no indication that this person you're waiting for is your soulmate. I'm not saying he or she isn't, but it's certainly not indicated here that he or she is. So thank you for listening to that, number one. I'm sorry it may not be what you want to hear, but maybe you need a full-length reading from me, and that's on davidcharlespsychic.com, my website. But please subscribe. If you click the bell icon, you'll get notified every time I upload a new video. Please tell your friend and share me with Facebook and all that stuff. And a special welcome to you if you're watching this all on your own. Okay, so thank you, number one. We'll take a look at number two. And as I always say, if you chose number two, this is for you. Okay. So we'll look at this in two ways. If it's romantic, number two, you will be contacted soon. That's pretty straightforward. I'm looking 4 to 5 weeks, but this could be a lot sooner. This could be within a week or 10 days. You will be contacted. This person will come up with some suggestions if it's romantic. If it's a job thing, you may have to wait a little bit longer. I believe that this person you're looking for is spiritual. He or she may not believe it. They may not even believe in it, but they are spiritual. They are psychic. They could be gifted in healing work as well. You'll know if that's the case. And you particularly, number two, are guided at the moment very strongly with your spirit guides as well. So you're going through a bit of a high point spiritually and you'll feel it. And that's going to take place for at least the next 3 weeks. So number two, if you want to make big decisions, this is the time, like weddings, divorces, house moves, career changes, leaving the country, big decisions. This is the time to make them now because you're inspired, you're guided, your spirit guides are very highly active at the moment, number two. You should get this about twice a year, sometimes more. But at the moment, one of your spirit guides, number two, is telling me that this person will contact you, especially if it's a love thing. And there will be a suggestion or an offer made to you. You may not agree with it, but it looks as though you've had trouble with communication from this person for quite a while. Yet again, it seems that maybe number two, that you're doing all the running here and you shouldn't do that. I think that the person you're waiting for lives in some kind of dreamland at times. I think they're dreamers. They think one day they're going to be millionaires and win the lottery. It's very unlikely. They think one day they're going to be famous and write a famous book or release a hit record and become a music star. I think they're dreamers. I hope I'm wrong. I hope they do make it, but a lot of dreaming going on. Nothing wrong with dreaming, as long as you keep it into perspective, what's real and what isn't. So I believe you will be contacted soon. Number two, I believe you have a lady in spirit with you now. Could be a man, but most likely a lady. They seem to hang around longer for some reason than the male spirits. That's my opinion. Don't quote me, but I do believe that the spirit ladies stick around more often. They can't always be with you. They've got other things they have to be doing. We suppose they have places to go to, but they do come and visit you. And number 2, you're guided by spirit for at least the next 3 weeks, possibly 4. Take notice of your dreams. Keep a note of your dreams, because they may be psychic as well, from your spirit world, from your guides. If it's a job thing you're waiting for, then you may have to wait till near the end of the next month, well, up to 3 or 4 weeks from now, when I believe you will be offered a job by someone who is very respected and knows what they're talking about, and someone who's very successful, smart, clean, almost certainly a man. So sometimes it's a woman, but almost certainly a man. So I think number 2, your reading is slightly more positive than that of number 1. So thank you for watching that. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And please share me on Facebook and Twitter and all that lot with your friends. And make some comments. Join in the comments below. I'll answer them. Let's get together and answer a few questions. I'm there. I'm here for you. I'll always answer them for you. And let's take a look now at number 3. If you waited for number 3, thank you for waiting. Let's see. We'll do it in 2 goes again. If it's a romantic thing, it's one answer. If it's an employment thing or anything else, it could be different. But I believe, number 3, that you're waiting for a romantic phone call. I believe you're waiting for someone that you love to call you, or you like a lot and you would like to fall in love with. The complication here, number 3, is that you have a different admirer to the one you're thinking of. So somebody else is quite keen on you. Yeah, think it over. You may know who it is. If not, it may be a secret lover. You may get a secret Valentine card one day. But somebody, if not now, then within the next month or so, will take a very keen romantic interest in you, number 3. Could be a man or a woman. Could be same sex or opposite sex. It's someone who admires you, they fancy you, to use a nice word, and they may make themselves known within the next month. If not, then it may be that you'll never find out. But the person you're waiting for a call, I believe, feels that they've been trapped, or that they've got into something they want to get out of, and they feel stuck in a rut. So they may not want to call you. You may need to prise it out of them a little bit. And I think they tend to ignore the good things that you've got. And you have a lot of good things, number 3, so don't lose confidence. Bear that in mind. I say the same as I said earlier. If the person doesn't contact you, it's their loss. And I mean that without being patronising, because number 3, you have some very special characteristics that they should be proud of, and they should be pleased that you're interested in them. But fear not, because you have a second admirer. At least, you could be more than that. I think number 3, as this next 3 or 4 weeks unfold, your stress levels are going up. That's not a good thing. Don't let that happen. Don't hit the bottle or the fags or the cigarettes or eat too many chocolates. It looks like you're stressed out to the limit. We all are these days, but yours is too much, number 3. So don't let that happen. I'm glad you've looked at this, because you're going to avoid it now. Keep your stress levels down, number 3. Chill out, be pampered and spoiled. I often say that. And treat yourself. Treat yourself to something nice. But not cigarettes or too much booze, okay? I think at the end of this, I think, number 3, that you've had a rough time, really. And I think you've had a rough time quite a lot through your life. And I think, like lots of us, you've made many, many sacrifices along the way. And I think it's time they're going to pay you back. But I'm not seeing it yet. So I often say, well, you're going to get paid back. But I'm not seeing it yet. But I don't think it'll be long. I think that the efforts you've made, number 3, in your life, the sacrifices you've made, will come back to be paid back to you eventually. I just don't see when at the moment. As I often say, if you want a full reading, go to my website, davidcharlespsychic.com, and one of my team that work for me will look after you. If not, you can book me on there as well. But you've got some good stuff here, number 3, but you may find, surprisingly, that a second person who is interested in you will have a better chance than the one you're watching this video for. I hope you get that. And thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel, number 3, and share me on Facebook and Twitter and all that with your friends. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. And very soon, in a few minutes, we're carrying on with stage 18 of your free Diploma Standard Tarot course. After this next reading, which is for number 4. A special hello again if you're on your own watching this. Number 4. Are you going to be contacted by this person? The answer is yes. But this time, I don't think you should be really, because it looks as though, I'm not laughing at you, I'm laughing at the irony of this. It looks as though, number 3, you're in a triangle. So are you seeing a married person? Or are you seeing a single person when you are married, or you are taken or spoken for? Because there's a triangle here, indicated by the 3 of Swords. 3 of Spades in an ordinary deck, of course. You've got some negativity here, number 4. That means you've got negative habits, and you've got negative attitudes, and you may say and think negative things, and you may be mixing with negative people. This has got to change. The spirit world is saying remove negatives. Not easy to do, but get rid of negative people if you can, without hurting anyone, of course. Remove negative habits, remove negative attitudes. As that chap in the film said, less with the negative vibes. Donald Sutherland, I think. Don't forget that you're possibly in, or you could be heading into a triangle without even knowing it. So you could be seeing someone who's not really free, or you may be being naughty and seeing someone when you're not free. Think it over. And this reading, number 4, indicates secrecy. So somebody is not telling you the full story, or you, I'm not convinced which one it is yet, or you are not telling the full story, number 4. You're keeping things in yourself, and it could be a bit of both of you actually. I think most of you are watching this because it's a love thing. I believe you'll get what you deserve, and I'm picking up legal stuff. This could be divorce papers. It can be instructions from lawyers and things like that that you don't want to see. You could be sending them out, issuing them, or you could be receiving them. So quite a complex setup, number 4. And it's not really looking too brilliant. I must say that a triangle, I often say this, a triangle doesn't always mean another man or another woman. It can mean mother-in-law or family causing trouble, or people down the gym or the football club or the pub. It can mean a third party causing trouble within the next month or during the next month. So number 4, again, I don't really see you with your soulmate at the moment, which is not what you want to hear, I think. Doesn't mean you won't find your soulmate, and you can find them, of course, on my witchcraft site. Order a soulmate spell, that's stardustspells.co.uk, and you can find all the witchcraft stuff on there. But at the moment, secrecy, triangles, threesomes, negativity, and possible legal paperwork. You could even be dealing with the law, you know, don't get done for speeding your car or anything like that. Watch out for the law, watch out for paperwork that you have to sign. Don't sign anything without reading it first. So I'm glad you watched this, number 4, because there's a few warnings in your reading. The person you're waiting for, well, I think they will contact you, but I'm not convinced that they should, really. And you'll know what I mean, I'm sure. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I don't think I am in this case. Remove your negatives, remove your negative attitudes. Keep out of triangles if you can. If you're in one that you're causing, then stop it. Watch out for secrecy that you may be causing, or you may be at the end of, people keeping secrets from you. And watch out for legal stuff and karma, because you will get karma. And if you're hurting anybody, you'll get karma. Most witches believe that karma is threefold, so you get it 3 times over. If you're being good, number 4, you'll get good karma, which is 3 times over. And of course, it's a complex reading for you, but you may need a full reading on my website. You can get me on davidcharlespsychic.com, or one of the team that work for me, and they're very good. Thank you for watching that, number 4. Please share me with your friends on Twitter and Facebook. Please subscribe to my channel if you'd like to, and make some comments below, because you can get involved with my other followers, and we can talk down below, and I'll answer all your questions. I always do. So stay with me now, and we're going to do stage 18 already of the Old England Tarot School course, and it's the 4 of Cups. the love cards, the cups. Most of them are really lovely. You'll like the Four of Cups, so stay with me, I'll get it all ready, and I'll see you in a few seconds. Welcome back. Now we're going to do stage 18 of the Old England School Tarot Diploma course, and this time this lovely card here in front of you, the Four of Cups. This card, excuse me using my notes, but I'll forget things if I don't, so I'll read some of this. When this card shows up in your reading, imagine it's for you, then you need to err on the side of caution, especially regarding things that you may seem too good to be true. So be careful, be cautious, don't be too negative. Relationships must not be allowed to stagnate when you see this card, or problems in that area will get worse if you ignore them. It may be time for you with this card to rekindle your emotions, to get things moving again, get the jump leads out and get your romance back on track, or your emotions back on track. Things may seem dormant when you get this card, so you need to use the time wisely and give it great thought, considering what you want for your future, for especially things of the heart or business projects. This card means new experiences and excitement are being sought after, but you may feel stuck in a rut. This may be felt when you see this card, but you have a tendency sometimes with this card to overlook the good things you have. So again, I said earlier, less with the negative vibes. If you go kayaking or in rivers, you know when sports in rivers and that, theoretically speaking, where the water flows into dangerous circular motions and goes back on itself instead of going forwards. That seems to be what this card is almost about. You can find it's difficult to escape from a rut when you get drawn into a circle going round and round and round. In the same way, you can get stuck in periods of self-absorption, thinking about yourself too much, thinking about problems too much. You're turning your back on your own interests, and you mustn't do that. Nothing much gets in and nothing much gets out. You're sort of stagnating if you're not careful. Doesn't mean you will, but you've got to be careful. You can see a man in this thing that's not being aware of what's being offered to him. He's not seeing it. You can see it in the picture. He's being made an offer. He just doesn't see it. Something's right staring him in the face. So he misses the gift of love. He can miss completely and turn himself inside himself, or she. In the Four of Cups, it means you may get caught in the moment of your own reverses. So stop going backwards. Stop over-focusing on yourself and your problems. If demands are too great, you need to, well, you feel you're being swamped and your energies are being taken from you. It's a positive period, but it's a period for self-reflection. Work out what you really need from inside, not what other people tell you, what you want. Don't continue soul-searching for too long. Don't dwell on it. It can mean apathy, this card, and it can mean you're feeling discontented. It doesn't mean it will, it's not a bad card, but it can mean this. Like there's no forward movement, nothing pleases you or sacrifices or satisfies you. So you could be stuck emotional. There are some key words. Remember, if you get number 4 of Cups, you'll be on your way again soon, so don't worry too much about it. And of course, with all tarot cards, it depends what surrounds it. It's no good on its own, really. It depends on the spread and the cards surrounding it. But the key words, self-absorbance, means thinking about yourself too much, holding back love and thinking about your own feelings, concentrating on yourself and being withdrawn, becoming introverted, looking inwards, taking time for your own needs may be too much. You could be feeling you've got a lack of drive, or being passive and accepting things without thinking about them, believing nothing matters. It sounds depressing, but it isn't depression. It's just you feel that you've lost interest for a while. You wonder where all the magic's gone and thinking, is this all there is? Something missing, dissatisfaction, and you're looking for a change. So when this card shows up, depending on what's around it, of course, it can mean all those things, but it does depend on what's around it, and you shouldn't worry too much and don't get too negative. Of course, when I print out the Old England Tarot School, it will be a massive project, and there'll be a lot more on these cards than I can tell you on a video. So I hope you'll look forward to that. and stick with me. And if you want a psychic reading from me, proper one, a full length one, go to davidcharlespsychic.com. If I'm not free, one of my team that work for me will help you, and they're brilliant. If you need witchcraft spells for love, romance or money or anything else, it's stardustspells.co.uk. Please subscribe to my channel, share me with your friends on Twitter and Facebook, and please comment below, because I do take notice, and you can get involved in our little group down there and I'll answer every question. And click like, and if you want me, I'll see you next time when we're going to do stage 18 of the Old England, stage 19 next time of the Old England Tarot School course. You see, as I said, some people do these videos and they do outtakes, and at the end you can watch all the outtakes, but I just leave them in, so it's much more funny. So next time we're doing stage 19 of the Old England Tarot School course. That was an outtake, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a good day or evening, and I'll catch you later. Goodbye.